Hey guys, I'm Sean, and I am an ARKaholic. And today, guys, we had a brief surprise guest here at the base. Now, let me paint a picture for you guys here. It's early morning here. I'm getting ready to record. I'm all set up. OBS is on, in the recording process. I got my cup of coffee, wiping the crusties out of my eyes and everything. This intro usually takes me a couple of tries to get myself feeling like it's a good intro, which does tend to mean that it tends to be a little more talkative, so apologies, guys. But I started hearing this kind of like moaning and groaning sound, and I'm like, what the heck is that? Okay, maybe it's the 140 paleo trike that's around the area. I'm like, but I haven't really heard that before. I was on here last night gathering resources. I don't remember hearing that around the base or anything. All of a sudden, maybe second or third try, I kind of got picked up and kind of brought around the base, and I'm like, oh, okay. Can't really see in this view what it is, but it's probably the paleo trike. No big deal. We'll kind of keep going. And then I look and I see something coming out of the ground, and curiosity got the better of me. I decided to jump into ghost mode, take a look underground, and, well, the brief visitor was the Paleomosa. Now, here's the thing, guys. I went into ghost mode, so basically right under us is water, and the Mosa tried to attack me, and it didn't end up attacking me, thankfully, but it did end up damaging the boat. And I don't know if the boat actually took any damage to the point that anything's broken, but you guys will see a couple of the items here on the outside do have a little bit of damage to them, but it's really not too bad, thankfully. I also don't know why this is still an issue. This is something I brought up a while ago. For some reason, when there's nothing in the smithy, it shows up as -1. That irks me. I don't know why. It's such a little thing, but that really irks me. But guys, look at this Mosa. By the way, guys, I did have to go into commands and kill it straight away because it was literally about to bite me and probably would kill me and probably break the base. So I kind of had no choice. Had to go into commands and take care of it that way. But look how awesome this looks. I mean, first of all, it kind of looks like it's sleeping, like it's about to wake up and just chomp up on us. It looks nice and peaceful right now. I've never tamed a Mosa before. I do know that this Mosa looks light years better than the other Mosa in the game, but obviously my biggest concern is if they can spawn under the base, that's a bit of an issue. So, yeah. Thankfully, we're moving soon. But just to take a look at this guy, again, I've never really tamed a Mosa. I guess if you kill them, apparently you get yourself a fireworks flare gun skin. That's kind of cool. But if you guys were curious about the stats on the Paleomosa, this is a level 55, right? Yep, okay. So 10,080 health, which is 15 points, 720 stam, 1560 in weight, and 180 melee. So obviously a lot of health on these guys, a lot of weight on these guys. Melee, not so much, but it might be similar to like a Giga where like, even though the weight doesn't seem too good, at the same time it is really good because it's a Giga of the sea kind of thing. By the way, oh no, that's the tail all the way back there. Jeez, just to show the size of this guy. That's the tail. Oh my god. I actually thought that was like the, like almost like a little bag or something you get with it or something. But anyways, guys, talking about last episode, we did get ourselves the mammoth in the last episode. Today, guys, we are going to go for another utility tame, but I do want to bring up something that I talked about in the last episode. You know what? Before we do that, let's show a quick little clip. Between episodes, I was going out, getting a little bit of hide and all that kind of stuff. By the way, you know what? I know we went into kill for this. I'm going to get the hide from this. I mean, we need hide. You know what, though? It does look kind of cool just, like, sitting here, and naturally it's going to despawn in, like, a minute or two. Yeah, you know what? We'll kind of just leave him here. I cannot get over how incredible this model looks, honestly. That thing looks awesome. Really looks awesome. And by the way, guys, this is part of the Paleo mod. This is Paleo Dangerous Depths, I think it's called. Right now, they just have the Mosa. I think they're supposed to be doing, like, the Megalodon, the Leoplorodon, and the, what's the creature that nobody uses in the sea? The Plesiosaur, that one. If you guys use the plesiosaur, you're going to be really upset with that comment. Nobody uses it. Let's be honest. It looks really old. The model is incredibly bad. It's kind of similar to like the Meso, in my opinion. The model is really, really bad. But yeah, between episodes, guys, just to show off the clip right now, kind of in the background, I say that for editing, Sean, so I remember to actually do this. You guys can see we have a decent amount of resources in here. So I ended up finding a red with a ring around it, pretty much right out there, and we ended up getting some pretty good stuff. So to show it off here, we ended up getting ourselves a little bullets here and there, but we ended up with this 326 damage ascending compound bow, which is really awesome. 241 durability. We also ended up with a primitive fabricated sniper rifle, really cool. Again, not a huge fan of the sniper rifles, but hey, it's free. Might as well use it. We did also get ourselves like poly and all that kind of stuff. Electronics, of course. But then the big one, of course, is a 52 Armor Apprentice Giga Saddle. Yeah, Giga Saddle. Sick. Wanted to show that off, though. Not going to have any sound or anything playing in the background, though, of course, guys, because I was watching YouTube while doing it. I kind of do that in my spare time. I don't necessarily, whenever I'm recording and stuff like that, kind of in the background doing stuff, I'll always have like a video on or something like that. And that was a Long Dark series that I was watching. Yeah, been really getting into Long Dark, if I'm going to be honest. But anyways, to go over kind of a little bit from last episode and to get ready for today's episode, by the way, do we have... We do not. I got to do a little bit of tidying up here real quick. We're going to put a few things away. Last episode, we got the mammoth. Today, we're going to be going for another utility tame, as I mentioned earlier. One thing I do want to talk about is something that I mentioned at the end of the last episode. I do kind of want to bring it up again in case some of you guys didn't watch all the way to the end. But in my opinion, the mammoth, honestly, is the best wood-gathering dino in the game. You can jump in the comments and try to change my mind and stuff like that. There are some really good utility tames for wood and thatch and all that kind of stuff. But, guys, let's be honest. At the end of the day, the fact that the mammoth just has a crazy amount of weight on it, the fact that it has... Oh, there's my... Oh, my God. This whole time I was looking for my trank darts. They're actually in here already. The fact that it has a crazy amount of weight... The fact that it can actually do different attacks to kind of specialize in wood and specialize in the thatch and berries, in my opinion, it just honestly blows the Castroides away. And I think the only way... Okay, so we actually only have 13 trank darts. That's all we can do right now, pretty much. Okay, it is what it is. No big deal. We do have trank arrows, so we should be good there. Maybe we should bring some... narcotics along with us. Let's go ahead and do that. Maybe we bring 100. 19 and 100. Yeah, that's fine. That should be good enough. I think the only way to kind of match them up at this point is to basically go ahead, and I know it's taken so long to leave base, guys. Apologies for that. I just noticed that the Griffin has, like, no freaking food on it. Oh, because we have no freaking food, period, across the board. Okay, that makes sense. I guess we'll throw this onto you for now. You can start making some narcotic for us. Guys, let me introduce you to the brand new Equis. I did breed between the episodes, and this is what we ended up getting. I don't have a name necessarily for it yet. Stats-wise, on this brand new Equis, we have 2937 in health, which is 46 points, 2912 in stam, which is 42 points. It did end up getting that mutation. That's how he got the green. The mutation was in oxygen specifically. Of course, oxygen's 45 points. Food is at 40 points, which is important if we get the fatty trait on this guy. 814 in weight, which is 47 points, and 396 melee, which is 41 points, with, of course, a 100% imprint. But yeah, I think based on the colors and stuff, we will go with a Irish kind of theme with it. I know we had Shamrock for a bit. Rest in peace, Shamrock, again. But yeah, we'll kind of do something with that. I think that's just going to fit it the best, if I'm going to be honest. But I think the only way to kind of match up the Castroides at this point with the mammoth is... we need to be able to build beaver dams for ourselves. And I kind of talked about it, like I said, at the end of the last episode. I kind of want to bring it up again, because I think, I'm not tooting my own horn or anything here, but I think I have a pretty balanced way of doing this. Maybe not so balanced. You guys could let me know in the comments. But first of all, I think we need access to beaver dams for our Castroides to be able to make, right? I think it should take a lot of resources. Maybe make it like a couple of thousand wood, maybe 1,000 cementing paste, something really, really expensive, maybe even 2,500 cementing paste. But the idea is that it will passively go ahead and, we got some Ankies here. I wasn't really going for Ankies today, but if we can find a good one, okay, that's a 140. That's not bad straight away. That's a 145 straight away, okay. Are they male and female? Male. Male, damn it. Okay, so we have a 145 Anki in the area. That's pretty good. If we can find ourselves... Ooh, there's one of those Dreadmare things again. We've seen them time and time again. Haven't tamed one yet. Don't think that's something we would do. Wow, that's a 140. Whew, okay. But I think going ahead and giving us access to making a beaver dam would be absolutely huge. And maybe the way that it works is it passively goes ahead and... okay, 25. It passively goes ahead and kind of just makes cementing paste for us. It makes all the resources and stuff that you can find. And I think it should be based on how many castroides you have. So the more that you have, the more gets produced quicker, if that makes sense. Yeah, that could basically cause you to go ahead and just tame a level 5 and then go ahead and just breed level 5s like rabbits to get yourself a ton of cementing paste. But I don't know, maybe they incorporate the level with it too. Like the higher the level 2, the more it can harvest. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it could be done, but I think that's the only way to balance them back out. I think the castroides needs a massive TLC. In my opinion, if you guys use the castroides and you prefer it over the mammoth, let me know why down in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. Because in my opinion, the way I kind of look at it is the mammoth has a crazy amount more weight than the castroides. The mammoth has a massive weight reduction, which I think is more than the castroides, if I'm going to be honest. I think the mammoth is either 75 or 90%. It's something absolutely crazy, and I don't think the castroides matches up, which is really silly in my opinion, but it is what it is. No big deal. The fact that you can do multiple attacks to gather different resources is huge too. And yeah, I don't know. I guess the only benefit to having the castroides would be the speed. You know what I mean? And the fact that it can go in the water and all that kind of stuff. But when you're taming a mammoth, you're not necessarily looking for speed. And you're mainly looking for something that's going to get you a lot of wood, you know, so I don't know. If you guys have a favorite utility tame or a favorite wood gathering dino, let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. But today, guys, of course, we are going to be looking for apparently 150 Phiomias. That's kind of cool. Let's remember that for the future. We're either going to be looking for the Anki or the Dodicarus. At this point, it's kind of like, all right, let's get all 3 gathering creatures out of the way. My big 3 is the mammoth, the Dodicarus, and the Anki. Everybody kind of has their big 3. You know what? Throw your big 3 down in the comments, too. What the heck do you use as your gathering creatures? I think most people use the same group as I do. I think the only creature in question would be your wood gathering dino. I think everybody kind of uses the exact same set for the stone. And I guess you can use the Dunkley, right, to get your stone. So I guess that's another utility tame that people might throw down there. That's, of course, a underwater creature. And you can get a lot of stone and stuff with them. You can get a lot. I've never actually tamed a Dunkley, but apparently they are very, very, very good. I think we're going to go ahead and kill these raptors right here real quick before we kind of continue our little adventure here, because I do need some meat on. Oh, and they're going after Valkyrie straight away. Okay, I thought I was far enough out, but I guess not. Okay. All right. Do we have any more bodies here? Yes, we do. Okay. Probably not worth it. I think Valkyrie probably took a beating from that. But, oh, wow, we have all this cooked meat on you. Completely forgot about that. Will Valkyrie actually eat cooked meat? Is that like a thing? Let's see. Oh, you will. Oh, perfect. Okay. Screw it. Just throw all the cooked meat on you then. Why not? There we go. Perfect. All right, you also have stuff that we don't necessarily need either. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's take you. Throw. By the way, I don't know if this sweet veggie cake came from the drop or not. If it did, well, now you guys know. If it didn't and it came from something else, well, I showed it off in the last episode, most likely. We got a veggie cake at some point. All right, let's throw all this onto you, and then Valkyrie, you are good to go. Let's get into today's episode, finally. Only took us a 20-minute intro, guys. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. All right, let me take a look around here. I honestly prefer to go for Dodicruses today, because it just gets me to start building the base or gathering resources for the base a little bit quicker, as opposed to going for Dodicruses in the next episode. So I think I'm going to look around the map, try to find some Dodicruses. If I really don't, then of course we'll go with the Yankees. We already have a 145 right in our area, so we'll see what happens, and I'm about to crash. So I will see you guys in a little bit when I hopefully have come across a decent Dodicrus that we're going to tame. All right, guys, so unfortunately, I haven't found any Dodicruses yet, but we may have to take a bit of a detour with this episode because I think we have a bit of a problem. I've kind of noticed in the past few episodes how we haven't gotten really any levels or anything like that. And granted, we haven't done anything too crazy, but at the same time, even with a decent amount of time being in the game, maybe passively we should have gotten a level, right? Now, a couple of episodes ago, we had the Arcology mod on here, and we went ahead and tried to kill the alpha Arkology creatures, which was pretty much impossible. They're very powerful, but I kind of wanted to see what you can get from them. So I went ahead and changed my XP multiplier to 0 because I didn't want to get any XP from going into GCM and basically using the kill function to kill these creatures and see exactly what you get from them. And we did that. Somehow we got a level, though. And I think that's where the problems began, because over the past few episodes, I'm just realizing it now, we are getting 0 passive XP. 0. We're not getting any passive XP. Now, if I go ahead and harvest a tree or something like that, or harvest a bush, I get XP from this, right? But I'm pretty sure, and you guys can let me know down in the comments, you definitely get passive XP from just standing around, walking around, flying around, whatever, but we're not actually getting any passive XP. We'll kind of hang out on the screen for a minute so I can show you guys. I've actually went ahead and bumped it up to 1 times XP just to see if, okay, maybe this will get it to kind of get the ball rolling again. Traditionally, at this point, we are at 0.75 until level 75, then that's when we'll roll it over to 1.0 official, but during my little spiel right here, we've still been at 78,607. And it will still be like that as I throw a couple things out. You guys will see that it's not moving at all. So I think we screwed something up. Now, we've died a couple of times since that episode, so it's clearly not something that can be fixed that way. And I'm really hoping this fixes it, because if not, we're in trouble, guys. Honestly. Of course, yes, we get normal XP from fighting and all that kind of stuff. No big deal. But it's interesting how the passive XP isn't working, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and make ourselves a couple of sleeping bags, right? So let's go ahead and make maybe 2 of those. Just want to make sure that things work out here. And by the way, we can actually look at our character. We got 0.1 now. That's weird. Does it just take a really long time for passive XP? Have we just done nothing? 78,631.9 is what we're at right now. We're just going to hang out on the screen for a minute. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to put the controller down. I'm going to have some coffee, and we'll see if this moves at all. Maybe I'm just not realizing that it's really slow to build up the XP, but I feel like it should be a heck of a lot quicker than this, right? Okay, guys, so it's been exactly 2 minutes. It hasn't moved. I want to check one more thing. So we're at 631.9. Let's go back in. 631.9. Okay, so it has nothing to do with this screen specifically. I do think it's a bit bugged here. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to quickly jump over to the center map, just because, in my opinion, the center map's going to be the easiest to get straight back to the obelisk. I'm wondering if it has to do with this character, and I'm wondering if it's one of those things that, hey, obviously with your character dead, that doesn't do it. You kind of have to transfer possibly off of the map and then transfer back in. I'm wondering if it has to do with... You can't see it on here, but in the olden days of ARK, if you guys remember, it used to have like an ID number for your character. Maybe it still does. It's just not on this screen. I'm wondering if when you transfer maps, maybe that ID number changes or something. I don't know. I'm kind of just spitballing here at a few things. I did not mean to make you big, but that's okay. I kind of want to see what happens here. So we're going to put you guys both on passive. I do want to take both of those sleeping bags, and we're going to put them down because we're going to transfer over to the center. We're then going to basically go into the blue Wobbit center, and then we're just going to transfer ourselves back, pretty much. That's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We are not going to be using GCM or anything to get over there. We're just going to do it this way, get back over to this map, and hopefully things are fixed. That's really what I'm hoping here, because if we don't get any passive XP anymore, that's going to be a bit of a problem. And now it's showing that we're getting some XP. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but I do feel like something is definitely not right. And guys, just want to clarify, I am not blaming the archaeology mod for this. I'm really not. I'm blaming myself. I put myself as 0 XP, and I think that's the main root of the problem, why that's still the case. Now, of course, at this point, guys, we're not at 0 XP, so this should be fixed, but I don't know. I just don't know. So let's go ahead and upload. And very briefly, guys, welcome to the center. All right. But yeah, pretty much the idea here is we're just going to head straight over to the obelisk. Oh, that's right. I'm wondering why there's creatures and stuff here. I've technically already been over here. Not with this character, but I was over here to take a look at the paleo mods and stuff to make sure everything was working correctly before bringing it on to the main series. Okay. Oh, God. We have raptors and stuff, too. That's not good. I kind of want to destroy wild dinos just so we have a clear passage to the obelisk. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is what I was kind of worried about. Because this wasn't the point. All right, maybe we can pull this off. Maybe if we kind of get... Come on. Maybe if I can get you to go after you. Okay. Okay, we're good. Go, 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 go. Get in the op. Get in the op. Why can I not get in this obelisk? Okay, there we go. There we go. Upload. Upload. Okay. All right, that was a bit dicey. It still shows 78632.1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did we, like, bug this character out? I mean, it's showing 0.2, so it went up a second. It went up 0.1. I don't know. Still at 0.2. I'm a bit concerned, guys. Okay, so now it's at 0.3. Now, was it because I was doing an action? Which it shouldn't be the case like that, right? But you never know. All right, so I think we're going to hang out on the screen for a minute. I also hear the pup, too, so I'm actually going to leave the room. That'll give us a little bit of time to see if that number is going to go up or not. Hopefully we fix this, but if not... Oh, boy, we're in trouble. All right, guys, so honestly, I'm not sure how long I was away from the computer, but it's been a couple of minutes. It hasn't moved. But what's really weird is if okay, so right now we're at 0.4, right? If I take stuff out of the inventory, like if I'm doing activities, okay, maybe not. Let's see. All right, we were at 0.4. Now we're at 0.5. It's almost like doing an action is getting me a little bit of XP. Isn't that weird? But if we stay on this screen completely idle, we don't get any XP. Has this always been the thing? And I'm just, no, 100% no. Because I remember, especially in early game, when we were just kind of sitting trying to talk about the beginning of an episode, we would get a level up. So no, clearly the XP should be working. By the way, guys, for transparency purposes, all of my settings are exactly the same as what we had before. Obviously, the only difference is the archaeology mod is taken off. Everything else is pretty much exactly the same. XP multiplier, like I mentioned before, I did bump it up from 0.75 to 1. Even though we are not at level 75, I was hoping that maybe changing the XP multiplier would kind of cause it to kind of start back up and work correctly again. I will, of course, change that back to 0.75, but I mean, everything else is pretty much the same here. I haven't made any changes or anything, so I'm really curious what exactly is going on. I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to have to go and restore defaults and then just put everything all together again. And I mean, if we look at the XP multipliers, everything's 1 here. And by the way, I did kind of go in here and like click 1 and then press start again for it to kind of hoping that maybe it does that. And I kind of went through and did the same thing with all these to kind of hope to refresh it, for a lack of a better term. But I mean, I don't exactly know. I mean, we'll jump back in for a second here, but I do think I might have to go through and set all my settings to default and then kind of just quickly rebuild them and everything. So if this doesn't work, of course, because now I have you guys on screen, now it will work, of course, right? But if it doesn't, then what we'll do is, yeah, I think I will go ahead and kind of jump into my settings and stuff here. Can I move? There we go. All right. Let's get the power main here. Oops, did not mean to go into the map. Let's get you out here. But yeah, let me know, guys. Are you having this issue and everything too, or is this just a me thing? And I do want to preface again, 78362.7, so it has moved a little bit. It's just a matter of, is it constantly going to move, or is it just kind of stuck there, basically? I do want to preface this again. I am not blaming the archaeology mod. It is not their fault. It's my fault. I set it at 0 XP, and I personally have never done that before. I never knew the repercussions or anything. Usually in the past, I would set it to 0.001 XP if I wanted to possibly kill a creature or anything like that. I've done it with like babies where I don't want the XP from the babies, so I've done it that way. I've done it at 0.001 XP where there's a little bit of XP, but it's not like you're going to get levels from it. This is the first time I ever did it on 0, and I'm going to be honest, guys, I will never do it again at 0, so I don't know. Yeah, we're still at 0.7. So yeah, guys, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump into my settings real quick. I'm going to go ahead and click Restore Defaults, and I'm going to rebuild the entire thing, and let's keep our fingers crossed. Watch, you guys are going to let me know in the comments that this happens with everybody, and it's not just a me issue. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Give me a few minutes, guys. All right. We're back in. I went ahead and reset all my settings, and let's hope this works. All right. 632.8. You know, I should technically be on the creature for this, just in case. You know, we are going to do that real quick, just in case. All right, 632.9. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to walk away. I'll be back in a minute, and we'll see if that moves or not. By the way, we are back at 0.75 XP. All right, so yeah, you guys are certainly going to have to help me out with this. Is this something that's happening in everybody's game? Do we not get passive XP anymore? I'm not sure. yeah, you guys will certainly have to let me know, because it's been a couple of minutes. We're still at 78,632.9. So, yeah, interesting. Oh, we got 6 points with this? I'm going to be honest, I completely and utterly forgot about the skill tree. It is what it is. No big deal. We're not going to worry about it right this second. All right. Well, let's go ahead and look for Dodicrus's. Apologies for the brief detour / interruption to today's episode. But yeah, guys, certainly let me know what's going on. Is that the case for you guys too? Are we not getting any passive XP anymore? Did I essentially break my character? Like, if you guys have experienced this before and you did end up getting it fixed, how did you do it? I really hope you guys don't say that I have to create a new character, because that is going to be a bit annoying. Completely my fault, of course, but completely annoying. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I would do that. Oh my god. So... Oh my god. I'm trying to... I can't even justify what happened there. But, long story short, I've been looking around for Dodicrus's. Haven't had much luck, clearly. Oh, I threw a cryo pot in here by mistake. All right, we'll take all this stuff with us. So yeah, so stupid on my part. Why the heck did I do that? So a couple of episodes ago, we went ahead and started to get rid of some of the wyvern eggs and stuff, because some of them were part of the archaeology mod, which I was over in that area, so I'm like, okay, fine, let's check it out. And for some reason, even though there's no egg in there, that one nest is just constantly there. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe there's an archaeology egg, or the box of it, let's put it that way, somewhere in there. So I started kind of just messing around in there. So stupid on my part. Oh my god. All right, so I guess the good news is, we're okay. All right, let's grab everything from... Oh, I didn't need to grab everything from the pyramane. I wanted to grab everything from me. There we go. All right. Chop me up. Pick you up. Let's stay in third person for a second. Let's do that. Put some stuff back onto you. I know I'm feeling pretty casual right now since we're right around wyverns and everything, but like, what's the worst that can happen that hasn't happened to us already? It is what it is at this point. All right, let's go to you and put you on. We can put our normal armor on again. There we go. Pyramane. I don't really want to whistle Valkyrie, if I'm going to be honest, because knowing Valkyrie, you'll go in, like, the wrong direction. All right, come on. Here we go. I am so nervous doing this, because if I fall again... Like that. Okay. Nope, we're good. Valkyrie, just follow me. Okay. You know, there is a part of me that kind of just wants to get that egg out of there, because that's not an egg. That's the Arkology. I'm pretty sure that's the Arkology box, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why this one's still hanging out here. That's kind of weird. I mean, I guess if they aggro onto me... Oh, they're aggroing. Okay, so you can still glide. That's good. Oh god, they are doing some damage. Okay, I need to get in like a cave or something to get away from these guys. Come on. Come on. Go, 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 go. Oh god, they can get in there too. Okay, let's turn around. I don't think the Griffin can honestly take these on. And this is why I should have added the friggin' mod. Okay, you know what? Nope, 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 nope. There we go. Alright, I'd rather fight him in here. That's cool. I'll fight him. No big deal. We're losing a 180, but it is what it is. I'm not losing the Griffin in this. Killed the 20. And we killed the 180. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to do, but there we go. I guess now we shouldn't have a problem. Oh, man. I know from the last time this happened, I know a lot of you were saying that Valkyrie, or Shamrock rather, would have been able to fight them. No shot. Sorry, no shot. We can agree to... You gotta be shitting me. You just... Now watch, there's gonna be like a 190 or something. 90. Oh my god, I thought that said 190. And that one's a 55. Okay. The whole idea was so I can get up there and get rid of that. Oh my god. I mean, I guess I could just do it with the Pyramane. That's the whole idea. I just want to get this done. I just want normal spawns in the game again. Okay. Let's get this fixed. Because I was panicking a bit. I don't know if you guys could tell. Valkyrie, what do you have on you? Anything important? Yeah, we'll take all this stuff. Whatever. Take everything. Cool. All right, we got the Pyramane. Pyramane can take them out, no problem. I'm going to change this over to off. And I am going to switch to you. And I'm going to make sure that we have your special attacks on. And we're going to switch back to you. Okay. All right. So, taking a look at this one more time, just to be sure that there's nothing there. I know we've completely went off the course, guys. I apologize. I don't think we're getting Doticruses today. We've had way too many detours in this one. probably going to be the name of the episode. Too many detours. Sounds like a good band name. I don't know why. But anyways, let's... I was going to say, I know that's going to probably aggro them. But yeah, there's nothing in here. Nothing. No boxes, no nothing. Couple of wyverns. I can't hit these guys worth a lick, though. That's a problem. I can get, like, little bites here and there. But that's kind of it. Just little things. Yeah, like, if I can get you guys stuck or something. Yeah, like this guy. This is perfect. This is exactly what I want with both of them. Where they kind of get in this little corner here. That flame absorb is kind of huge, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, there we go. All right, all I gotta do is just stay up here now. All right, one's down. There we go. And another one's down. Okay. Let's not screw this up. All right, so it's apparently showing an egg here. Okay, there's the little box. Let's do that. And there we go. All that mess for this. And still no Dodecruses. All right. You know what, guys? Might be a little bit longer, might be a little bit shorter. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we've had so many detours here. I'm just going to wrap up the episode here. I know I was hoping to get Dodecruses today. Maybe some Ankies. I don't know. We'll leave that for next episode. I just don't want this one going too long. Plus, of course, guys, I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. I'm getting married next week, so I want to make sure that I have enough episodes for you guys, because we're not going on our honeymoon right away or anything. We're going to wait till the end of the year to do that, but obviously with family in town, doing the wedding, the whole nine, obviously there's going to be a few days where I'm not going to be near the computer screen to record. So yeah, I want to make sure that I have all episodes kind of lined up and everything for you guys. So if this one's a little bit shorter one, I apologize. Let me know down in the comments, guys, kind of what's going on with the XP and all that kind of stuff. Is that a thing that everybody's experiencing? Is that a thing that I screwed up basically my gameplay doing that by setting it to 0 XP? Yeah, let me know, because I don't really know what else we can do at this point. Or if it's something that everybody's dealing with, then we just kind of deal with it and call it a day. I don't know. But guys, that is going to wrap up this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But I'll see you all in the next one. I'm going to regret that. That's certainly going to hurt. Yep, it did. See you guys in the next one.